Yeah, this is how it's gonna go. Hey everyone. This is kind of an impromptu kind of thing that I wanted to try out. Just a little live commentary on one of the Espinas hunts that I'm doing right now. Let's see. There we go. Now I kind of wanted to get this out before Sunbreak releases in like a day. I'm recording this in like the morning of like June 28th, and I wanted to get my opinions out on this game because I figured, hey, why not? Maybe if they include enough stuff from Frontier into Sunbreak, then maybe my opinion will change on it. But do take this with pretty massive grain of salt. I mean, the only experience I've had with this game is like maybe like 100 or so hours I put in after the game officially shut down, at least. That also take this from a person who went back and forth between both older and new games, starting at Gen 4, and just joined all of them immensely in different ways, sure, but that out of the way. Frontier. How the frick does it work? I can talk about the gameplay, I can talk about the whole concept of it all the things that they keep doing. No, just, it's, my first impressions was from what I saw on Twitter from, I think a thread that Bandlagai posted, maybe like a year after the game like shut down, and I was interested, like, hey, this is some pretty cool stuff, but the game's dead, so I didn't really think anything of it. And then Super Ad's video series came out, and I saw, hey, this is pretty freaking cool. Wish there was like someone to play this game or emulate it, like all the PSP games, but nothing for a while, and then mutual of mine on Twitter, I think his name was Neonaga. He had worked with the French team of people who were trying to restore Frontier, and I eventually introduced myself. I eventually found my way into Fistmoe's whole group of people trying to restore this game. And I found Europe, I found all these different things relating to Frontier, and I actually got into it. And that's kind of how this channel came to be and everything. And normally I wouldn't have much of a following here if it probably weren't for Frontier. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with that. But the game itself, though, I think it's pretty friggin' neat. This is coming from a person who hasn't really put a whole lot of time into it because of schedule, work, school, all those things. And admittedly, this was designed around the MMO aspect that had gone for it. And playing single player probably isn't the best way to do it, but given that the only other way to do multiplayer with this is to copy all your save data and move it to an entirely different party's computer in order to preserve that data, it's something I am not familiar with at all. I'm gonna be honest, but I mean, even single player, this game has so many different things. I haven't even gotten to G rank, and there's oodles, noodles, toaster stools kind of content here. I mean, sure, it's all just Huns at this point, from what I can access. But I mean, you have an additional rank before G rank, Go rank, which is basically, which is kind of like G rank, except takes some of the difficulty out of G rank, and of course, G rank being like from what I've heard, G rank being the friggin' over the top kind of AoE fest or whatever. In Frontier, at least. That's how the stereotype goes. I have yet to see how that actually goes. But even with the low rank, go rank, and all that sort of Frontier content, I think this is a pretty freaking good package. And as you can see, I am not good at talking about it at the same time, but we're rolling. We're rolling. Yeah, and I mean, even besides the gameplay itself, I mean, it's so freaking neat. I mean, you have all the variety of monsters that you will probably never see in mainline until, well, Sunbreak and Hypnocrates and Leviathan and Green Knight, sure, but even still, that's like 2 monsters out of like 100 or so unique fights that they have in this game. It is insane how much effort it seems that they put into all these different fights. I mean, sure. I mean, I haven't really gotten access to G rank. I probably won't get access to fights like Raviente for a while. Some of the event exclusive ones like Supremacy, I think. Don't quote me on that one, but it's, even with the limited package I have thanks to the Erupe server project, I mean, this is still a very, very interesting experience. I mean, once Fistmo's private server eventually gets up, it'll be much more complete experience than what I have gone right now. That'll be pretty neat, all things considered. I mean, just the fact that I can actually play with other players in a game meant to be played with others. Like, how freaking cool is that? But yeah. And, I mean, am I getting the most out of this with the setup I have now? No, of course not. I've said a couple times, this is not the most ideal way to play this. Well, okay, maybe right now, considering some of the less legitimate options of playing Frontier that are out there right now, this is probably one of the only ways a lot of people can play this game through Europe and through the game files that Fistmo and his team provided, English patch and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not the complete package, but it's still neat. Spammy AoEs aside from this orange Espinas right now. But I mean, it's freaking neat. I mean, hey, let's talk about freaking Espinas for a second. This freaking dude. This freaking dude. I mean, the base fight in Frontier is freaking good. I mean, the characterization of this freaking arrogant piece of crap. I mean, just not a care in the world. I mean, not until you like get through like what, 50 his health or something, then he actually like has good hit zones, like aggression through the roof. It's freaking good. Orange Espinas, more the same with some unique moves that you can watch out for to a lot more damage, or not too many more different attack patterns, but this is just a subspecies. I mean, it's not meant to be like this game changer difference between this fight and the original green Espinas. I mean, that's kind of what white Espinas is for at the end of the day, right? But yeah, pretty neat fight, all things considered. I mean, this is Go rank Espinas too, so it's not like I'm bullying high rank. Freaking orange Espinas side. Yeah, case in point. Oh yeah, this thing hits like a truck, man. I mean, freaking cool though. I mean, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. Yeah. And I think the last warm up hunt I had with this fricker was like 10, 15 minutes long. Maybe. This is already at the 10-minute mark, and I haven't even done jack crap. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah. I admittedly, let's talk about Sunbreak for a minute though, because I mean I posted like what, one video about Rise on my channel. It's the first Magmala fight I had on the PC version. I played the heck out of the Switch version. I mean, I think I've logged 400 hours into this Switch version. I mean, I love the game. I mean, admittedly, the end game was lagging for a while, and base Rise still kind of is. But I mean, even still, Sunbreak is looking to fix a lot of that. I mean, with the fact that G rank is here now, gonna most likely bring about quite a few changes to the Rise formula for the better, hopefully, including the regular version of this here little thorny son of a gun. I mean, okay, here's the thing with Frontier Monsters, right? Freedom Unite was the last instance of Frontier Monsters appearing in mainline until Sunbreak, and they only had like two. They had Hypnocrates, pretty good intro monster, but besides that, not much else to him. And Lavasia is just no, just no. Yeah, he's just Lavasia, yeah. But Espinas, from what I've heard, was planned to be in Freedom Unite, and that would have been really freaking cool. I mean, you had the Diablos skeleton already, which it looks to take a little bit from, in some of his moves at least. Again, don't quote me on that. I'm not the most knowledgeable in some of this sort of stuff. Oh shoot, I'm dead. Yeah. Okay, cool. Again, lesson for y'all kids at home: don't talk and hunt at the same time if you're thinking about winning. But yeah, so Espinas. I mean, the frontier poster boy, the one who got probably the most unique variations on its fight throughout most of the frontier roster, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you had the subspecies, which I'm fighting now. You had the rare species, White Espinas. You had the hardcores of all of them. You had the Zenith species. You had the origin species of Meriginacio, I think. The black one, the black and gold one with that lived in the cave, I think. Yeah, I mean, Espinas had it pretty good in Frontier. It only just now showed up in mainline, and I think that's I don't want to say it's for the best, because it's been a long time coming, I think, with Espinas being in Frontier, or any Frontier monster besides the ones in Freedom Unite, honestly. And the fact that we have that a bunch of the Frontier devs have decided to move into the Sunbreak team now, or in the Rise team in general, the fact that we have that going on with the crazy additions that they were planning for Sunbreak, I mean, Espinas, was just natural next step for them. And whether or not they actually introduce any more Frontier monsters besides Espinas, or if it's just kind of one and done thing, I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm happy that they decided to actually have some representation for Frontier's poster book. I mean, we got two monsters near the start of Frontier in Freedom United, and that was the Nocturus and Lebowski, that was it. And nothing for what, like 11 years while Frontier was running since Freedom Unite? 12 probably, I don't know the numbers on that, but I mean, we got nothing until the shutdown of the servers, and then World came around, did nothing except steal a few ideas from Frontier, maybe, but Rise came along, base Rise came along, stole, well, I say steal like it was like plagiarism or something, which it really wasn't, but Rise took some ideas from Frontier, but again, no new monsters, and now Sunbreak comes along. They could have just left it at some more borrowed mechanics or skills, like Rise did, but they actually put into effort to include Espinas, and from what the gameplay trailer, I guess, has shown so far, it looks to be pretty faithful to the Frontier fight, all things considered, and I'm really happy with that. Can't wait to freaking grind out the best friggin' armor set in the best looking armor set in the game, and just wear that all the time in Sunbreak. I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I think the Espinas fight is gonna be freaking neat. It may not be perfect, but I mean, hey, if they want to use the opportunity to do other Frontier monsters while they're at it, I will not complain. Yeah. I mean, if they do, that's pretty freaking neat. Like, if they bring Hinigami for, like, one of the title updates, I mean, hey, that'd be really freaking neat. A little overdue, maybe, I don't know, but hey, it'd be pretty freaking neat. Okay. If they brought back Orange Espinas, like some people have been talking about in one of the title updates, I mean, hey, even freaking better. I think whatever they do from this point is probably gonna work out for the better. For the Sunbreak devs and for the audience in general, I guess. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure what else to say that I haven't already babbled about already. I mean, hey, there we go. Freaking done. Not too bad. About 18-minute high, not too bad. But yeah, I think that Frontier really neat, even through all the flawed, even through the setup I have right now. I think it is a really strong Monster Hunter game. Is it the best? I don't know. It is definitely different than pretty much anything else that Monster Hunter has done since, well, DOS, which is the engine that Frontier is freaking based on, too. So it's a little hard to compare it to some of the mainline games because, I mean, it does just so much different. I mean, the whole concept behind it is an MMO, sure, but even besides that, they do so much with the game, and with the way it's balanced, with the way it went on in its lifetime. I think, from what I know, from my limited knowledge through learning of the history, through actually playing the game, I think they did pretty freaking good. Again, probably not the best Monster Hunter title. Maybe not the best Monster Hunter title, like, ever, sure, but again, comparing mainline and comparing Frontier is setting yourself up for unfair comparisons, depending on what you look at. But I think Frontier does a lot right. I hope Sunbreak does a lot right too, and otherwise, I mean, I just spent like freaking what, 30 bucks for the Rise PC port. I spent another 30 on Sunbreak like literally a couple hours ago. I mean, hey, it is what it is. It's Monster Hunter. I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. If it's a crapshoot, it's gonna be fun to see all the reactions to said crapshoot. But given the pedigree of Capcom and the Bonsai team, I think it'll be a good time. If it takes anything from Frontier, I mean, I'm sure all the better. I mean, that's all I got for today, though. So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. YouTube algorithm, woo. But yeah, if you guys want to see some more of this stuff too, just let me know in the comments, though. Seriously, I had some fun making some of this, and I'm definitely planning on some other video projects relating to Frontier, just Monster in general. So if you want to see some more of that stuff, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you later.